Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we unpack the confusing world of business reports and turn them into plain English. Today we're diving into Axogen Inc.'s latest filing, and let's just say it involves some important updates from the FDA that could really shape its future. It looks like a bit of a roller coaster ride for their nerve graft product. First off, you know how companies have to tell the public when something big happens. Well, Axogen Inc. is doing just that, and the big news landed on August 22, 2025. They got a communication from the US Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, which is like the guardian of what we put in or on our bodies. So Axogen recently sent over some information about how they make their product and where they make it. This was in response to a request from the FDA, and the FDA looked at it and said, whoa, this is a pretty big deal. They called it a major amendment to their application for something called Avance Nerve Graft. Think of it like submitting a big project and then realizing you forgot a huge chunk of it, so you have to resubmit a much bigger updated version. Basically, the FDA found a lot of new details about how they make the stuff and the places they make it that they hadn't seen before. This kind of thing can really slow down the approval process because the FDA has to go through all this new information with a fine-tooth comb to make sure everything is safe and sound. Because of this, the FDA has pushed back their target date for reviewing the application. This target date is called a PDUFA goal date. It's essentially a deadline the FDA tries to hit for approving drugs. The original goal date has been moved to December 5 of 2025. That's a 3-month extension, which is pretty standard when something major like this gets submitted. It's like adding 3 months to your college paper deadline because you discovered a whole new perspective and had to do a ton more research. On top of that, the FDA also said they expect to give feedback on how the product's label should look and what it should say in November. This is important because the label tells doctors and patients how to use the product correctly and what to expect. Getting this right is crucial. Now, normally we dive deep into financial tables in these filings, but this particular report is all about regulatory news. We do see something important in the exhibits though. There's a press release attached from August 25th, which is just a few days after this report was made public. This usually means the company is putting out its own statement to explain the situation to investors and the public. It's often their way of managing the narrative around significant news like this FDA update. We do see a mention of their common stock, which is what most people buy when they invest in the company. It's traded on the Nasdaq stock market under the ticker symbol AXGN. So if you're a shareholder or thinking about becoming one, this is the stock to keep an eye on. Overall, this filing is all about a significant update from the FDA that directly impacts the timeline for Axogen's Avance Nerve Graft. The company submitted a lot of new manufacturing details, which the FDA considers a major amendment. This has led to a 3-month extension of the review period, now with a goal date of December 5th, and feedback on labeling is expected in November. So what's my take on this? Well, it's a mixed bag. On one hand, the FDA requesting more information, especially about manufacturing, isn't necessarily a bad thing. It shows they are doing their due diligence and want to be absolutely sure about the product's safety and efficacy. It's a sign of a thorough review process. On the other hand, any delay in FDA approval can be a concern for investors as it impacts when the company can start recognized revenue from this product. The extended timeline means a longer wait for potential sales. The key risk here is that the FDA might ask for even more information or might not approve the product at all. Even after this review, companies in the biotech and medical device space are always navigating these regulatory waters, and delays are pretty common. The opportunity, of course, is huge if this product gets approved and becomes a successful treatment. Nerve repair is a significant medical need. For Axogen, the immediate focus will be on working closely with the FDA to address any remaining questions and ensuring the manufacturing processes are up to snuff. Investors will be watching the PDUFA date closely and looking for any further updates from the company. A lot will depend on how smoothly the rest of the review process goes. Alright, that's our breakdown of Axogen's latest regulatory update. What's your take on these FDA developments and what they could mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this explanation helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more discussions and deeper dives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.